What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Tearlaments, brought to you by Thomas here. On the right side, once they put their mats down, we're going to have Nick on the Purrely strategy. One of the best strategies coming out of this new format here, you know, post-Dune. Purrely being very, very strong. A lot of people are wanting it to be hit. A lot of other people, you know, most of them who are playing it don't want it to get hit. And then there's Tearlaments, like as we see on the left side here, and people want this deck to get unhit. A lot of people are really wishing that they had maybe some more of the Millers. Personally, myself, I think they're just fine just the way they are. Kit does not need to go back. And I think maybe Purrely can get hit, maybe Sleepy to 1. You know, I've been saying it for a while now. This deck is still just so consistent. Yes, it does have that consistency issue with Delicious at 1, but Purrely Noir is just absolutely insane. So we're going to see some shuffling up here. Before we dive in, don't like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road here to 5K. Want to hit it so well before the end of the year. Hopefully trying to hit it before the 2-year mark, which is in November. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up button as well as subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys want to see, as well as who do you think is going to win this duel. We're going to see Tears going to win the die roll here. Going to be choosing to go first. And let's dive in. So here we're going to be going with a Palerino here, the planet. Going to be able to search. We're going to hit it with Ash Blossom. Trying to just make sure that we do not have any access to those tears. But we will have a Foolish Burial Goods here, which will dump a Silic. Silic will be able to add us here one of the challenge. We're going to be adding the Sharon here. And then we're going to activate the King of the Swamp to essentially search for a polymerization. This will also get the King of the Swamp in the graveyard so that it can act as any other name, which we know they're playing cards like Rafa. We're going to be seeing the Sharon activate, pitching the Medora here, milling 3 cards, and then we're also going to see the Agito being dumped. So then we're going to be activating the Agito as well as the Tier Cache that we do end up hitting. And we hit 2 other Tier Caches here, the Rhino Heart as well as, I'm not too sure what the last one is, I think it's maybe a Medora. And then we see a Grief as well as the Schism there. Oh, it's a Beast. Okay, so we have Beast, Rhino Heart, Medora. We're going to draw a card here. So I have to find a way to get a construct, something to the graveyard to be able to search back. But I don't think we have any more real access. Do we have a way to get that Sharon to grave is the question. We're going to be normal selling out the Agito here, and then that's going to be able to go into a Time Thief Reader. Time Thief Reader is going to be able to activate its effects here. It does detach for effect, not for cost, so that is important to note. And then we're going to be able to activate the effect of the Sharon here, putting itself back as well as the King of the Swamp and the copy of Rhino Heart. So going for that copy of the Kaleido, which will then activate the effect here, popping a planet, and then it's going to be able to summon itself out, and then they can dump a tier card here. Probably dumping a Havness or a Merly. I know Thomas's favorite tier card is the Merly there. I think he owns also 9 Rhino Hearts as well in his binder. They're just so cheap, so he just kept picking them up and stuff. We're going to see them dump the Scream here, and it's going to add the Meta Noise, I think that one is, to hand. We still have the Polymerization and one other card unknown here. We're going to be passing on this Rhino Heart, or not Rhino Heart, but the copy of Reader is going to come back here. We're going to see a Sleepy Memory being activated here in the draw phase. It's going to be pitching a Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre is an interesting tech to me because it does not do great around some of the matchups that we have. And we're going to see them summon out the Purrely here. I guess it's really good against Cash. Cash and Purrely. I guess it's alright, you know. It's good against Cash, Purrely, and sort of the Labyrinth deck, I guess. We're going to take a second to read the street here, and the Reader is going to be able to attach DD Crow. Another interesting option there. We're going to see Street being activated here, which is going to be able to prevent them from targeting any special summoned out. Special summon out Purrely. We're going to be chaining Medora here to put back. Putting back Grief, Tearcash, and the Agito. Then we're going to be seeing the planet going to be popping the street. And that does get away the field spells. We're going to see my friend Purrely here, and this is the one you probably wanted to stop or pop with the planet. Somewhat unfortunate, but we are going to be seeing the Meta Noise flip the face down here. It's also going to dump from hand, or from deck, and then we're going to be seeing the effect of the Kaleido Heart going to be shuffling back, putting a Rukulos on the field, and Rukulos here is insane versus the deck. Being able to stop any special summon negates, or any special summons, is pretty huge. We see a Mourner going to be activated on the Rukulos there, and they do have a Prosperity left. So we're going to be seeing them banishing Happiness, the Moon, the Sylvan Princess, and I think that was a Plump as well as the Zeus. Going for 6, I wasn't sure what the last one is. We do see a Purrely here, so they will be able to normal summon it and activate the effect. And then they are going to flip a Solic to negate, and they're going to scoop it up there rather than they do not have enough. I think it's cool that we saw some like different hand traps. Like we saw Mourner, which is getting a lot of popularity, as well as a card like DD Crow. And I think DD Crow is actually really good this format. Like being able to hit a bunch of decks. I don't think any decks don't get hit by DD Crow. I think I'm just looking through them right now. Like Brandon gets hit by DD Crow. Medadium gets hit by DD Crow. Infernoble, I guess, gets hit. Rescue Ace can get hit by DD Crow. A little bit less because they will be able to still do their stuff and summon out from the graveyard, or summon out from the banish zone. But if they activate like the Emergence to try to banish the target, then you can just banish that target, which is pretty good. Purrely can get hit by DD Crow. Being able to DD Crow the Yeep in the graveyard when it activates effects is very nice. Chimera, I guess you can just DD Crow their target if you wanted to. Dark World gets hit. Mathmech gets hit. Makonko does get hit a little bit. These spells are quite good in graveyard. Punk Gold Pride doesn't really get hit. Earth Machines don't get hit. Synchron gets hit. Altergeist doesn't get hit. Unchained gets hit. Sprite gets hit. Sprite does not get hit, actually. DD Crow doesn't hurt Sprite at all. Dragon Link gets hit. Sky Striker gets hit. Heroes get hit. Rika gets hit. Kashtira does not care at all. Lab cares. Trap Tricks cares. Sword Soul cares. Vanquish Soul cares. And that's pretty much like it. Like there's every single, and obviously Tearlaments does care as well. So like a lot of good coverage on the board. It's just not the most impactful hand trap, which is why it has to be normally paired with another hand trap. But diving into game 2 here, we're going to be seeing the Purrely player going to be going first. Activating Sleepy. Summoning out Lily by discarding my friend here. Okay. Going to be able to search for the my friend here as well, I guess. We do see a Rivalry. Move to the main phase, activate my friend here. That's going to reveal... Going to be revealing the 2 Sleepy as well as the Delicious here. And it looks like we're going to be choosing the Delicious. Okay. Looks like we also have a Herald of the Abyss in the hand of the Tearlament player here. We do have Rivalry. I don't know how good Rivalry is. I guess it does stop like a bunch of their end boards. They're pretty much like locked into like doing some very streamlined plays. We're going to see them activate Pride of Prosperity here. We do see the Bird level 1 in the extra deck here. Going for 3. Going for a Purrely Rivalry as well as, I think that was Street. Doesn't really matter if we do have the discard fodder. I wonder if there's a world where you add the Rivalry so then you activate it, pitching it off of the like they're delicious, and then like make them think, oh, you don't have Rivalry anymore. But we're going to see them go for the Noir. I'm really happy there. So I was happy that they did see them. They're going to be chaining the Purrely Noir here. It's going to be summoning out the Lily as well as attaching and setting the trap. Then we're going to see the Purrely effect here. And will we whiff? We see a My Friend Purrely. It's not that bad at all. You know, being able to add it here is very nice. You always want that recursion. They're going to activate the Purrely effect going into a plump. Then we can see the plump attach there. It looks like we're thinking. Do we set both of the traps? I guess do we set the My Friend as well as the Tikaboo so that they truly don't know what you're setting? Or do you just set one and make them think that is the My Friend? There's pass turn on this here. Then you're in standby phase. We're going to draw off of the Sleepy here. They're activate going into a Noir. Then we're going to be able to draw once again here. Then we're going to activate the Rivalry of the Warlords. It's going to be quite problematic here. Looks like the Tearlaments player is going to be thinking here. We know they have the Herald of the Abyss in the hand. We're going to see them activate the Herald here. And this is going to make them send Noir, I believe. And then they're going to get the My Friend here. They do pay, and it gets put to the bottom of the deck off the Noir. Then they're going to activate the King of the Swamp here. It's going to let them search for a Polymerization, which will allow them to access like anything they really want to. They can go immediately for like a Rukulos if they have the King of the Swamp in the hand, or any of the Tyrians, but I don't think they have very much. Like, looking at that hand, it's very green. We're going to see them activate a Thrust here, because they activated the Noir to put back. Don't really see the point of why we need to put back, to be honest. As well as, like, you know, we did see the draws off the Noir and Baby Noir as well. Like, what do we search here? Maybe terraforming? Like, terraforming could definitely be a line here, unless they have something they can discard. If they can discard, they can get the Tribute Karma. Going for the Shaddoll Fusion, okay. Thanks, we can activate Shaddoll Fusion, and that's going to be able to dump from the deck. This is kind of cool. We see a Beast as well as probably a tier name. Or the Agito, okay. Summon out the Shekanaga here. And then we're going to be able to activate the effect of Agito as well as the Beast. Which will let us mill and draw one. They're going to take a second to read the Shekanaga. Then they're going to plump and take the Sleepy as well as the Shaddoll Fusion here. And we do see a Purrely as well as a Scream. But Rivalry is on the field here. So they're going to look at their extra deck, and I don't think they have anything there for it. So we're just going to activate the Scream here. We're just going to let them add a trap to hand. And we do see D-Dimension Fusion, or D-Barrier in here. So I wonder if there are on the cross out. We're going to be seeing a set 2 here. Is setting 2 cards and just passing on this. Well, in a minute they can make a very fat Noir. We're going to see them go for Noir right away, not even going for the Sleepy here. And the tier player is going to scoop it up right there, rather than they're not going to be able to enough. Like, that's going to be such a problematic monster throughout this whole game. They still have the My Friend. They can activate a second My Friend. And they have the access to the Delicious, like take and all that stuff. It's just too much for that one Chekanaga and 2 traps, as well as I think that both traps were dead. One was the Tribute Karma, and the other one was the trap they searched off of the screen. But moving on to game 3 here. We're going to be seeing Tyr going first. Probably going to be seeing those D barriers there. I think it's kind of cool, how we look at the deck. Thrust is a wild card in Tyr, because the fact that you're going to be discarding, you can't just play one D barrier, because if you end up milling it off of your Tyr stuff, you're in the water. No pun intended there. But it's also so crazy if you get hand trapped and you don't have it, just a win more. But moving on here into game 3, Tyr is going to be going first here. And we do see a hand of a lot of monsters this time, as well as a polymerization. So we will be able to do a few things here. We're going to be normal summon with the Rhino Heart, activating the effect here. We're going to hit it with Ash Blossom with Swiftness, not even caring about any talents or thrusts that we end up seeing here. But will that be alright? They're going to activate Polymerization right away here. We see a Falco and a Yagito here. So I'm going at the Shekanaga here, and then we're going to activate both of the effects. So we're going to be able to mill and then set, I think. We see Scream, his favorite Purrely, as well as Heartbeat, and that D barrier there. So we're going to activate the Neo Shadal, Scream, as well as Purrely. Then chain DD Crow on the Purrely. That's going to leave them down to 3 cards, though. And we do see the Tier Cash hit again, so we're going to be dumping, or we see a Beast being hit this time, so we're going to draw a card. We see the planet off the top. That is crazy. Switching us for the Shiren here, will we have a card to discard off Shiren is the question. We are going to be activating Shiren there. And we discard a King of the Swamp here, which is going to be milling us 2 more King of the Swamps and a Fenrir. Talk about an unlucky mill. We can go for a copy here of the Redoer. Redoer's going to activate its effects there. So we're going to be able to end on essentially whatever we need. We're going to activate the Shiren here, going for a King of the Swamp, as well as the Rhino Heart. So going for the same thing we did last time, which is going to be dumping us the Havness, though. Then we're going to be seeing the Pop, and then it's going to be able to dump Reborn itself out, and then we're going to be dumping a copy of Havness. pretty much have to dump Havness there, and then like if we get hit by anything, we're like dumping Scream instead. Okay, Scream will activate. It's already activated. Oh, it was Heartbeat. Okay. I thought it was Scream. That's interesting. I guess our opponent thought as well. They're in set 2, and then the Reader is going to come back here. We do see a My Friend already in the graveyard, so it's going to be pretty nice for us. And we're going to activate a Pretty Memory here, discarding a Droll. So now we know Droll and Street, unfortunately, in the hand. And Street is not going to be that good right now in this little game state here. If they can stop the copy of, I would believe it's probably Purrely here, or Purrely. Now going for that RNG with the Purrely here, will we see this whiff? I feel like you don't have to negate it, because if it does whiff, we do see them hit 3 times here, going to be adding back, and we see the reaction like, oh, don't even need to negate that. But it hits anyways here, and then we're going to be seeing the Reader take the copy of Cobbler, which is very nice. And that's going to be able to let them draw a card here. And here we're going to be activating a Street, and we're going to be doing the same thing we did last time, returning some of the cards with one of these shufflers here, Medora. So going for a Guido, Tier Cash, as well as he was looking at and going for the Heartbeat there. Yeah, you definitely don't need to shuffle back as long as Lila or Lily's not on the field here. Then we're going to be seeing the Planet pop the Street. Then we're going to be seeing, I believe it's Purrely activates effects here. And we're going to be flipping it face down here, and then we're going to be dumping the Havness. Havness will be able to activate its effects, fusing itself as well as the King of the Swamp. Going for the Grapha here, or Rucolos, is equally as good. I always forget they have this option. And we're going to be normal summoning out the Purrely here. We're going to be flipping it or negating the effects here with the Sulik, revealing the Happy Memory with no cards I can discard. And it's going to be game there with those traps. So you will be seeing Tearlaments taking the game here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see some more content like this. Let me know in the comment section down below. And hopefully see you soon. Stay safe. Peace.